3. Hello.
Yo, yiggity yo.
And welcome to the Kill the Mood podcast. Halloween special. I don't know what's
Welcome to Kill the Mood.
I want to say blah.
We are here to talk to you about everything spooky.
I'd just like to say it is 11 o'clock at night. We have already recorded 3 episodes and we are slightly losing
We're
it.
flagging. I've just thought about something I need to do. BRB.
All right, so sounds. I'll just do this myself then, shall I? Yeah. So Halloween special, slightly losing our minds, but that might make this a little bit more interesting because we don't really have to be respectful. Yeah, if you can hear that, it's my laptop about to take off. She's fucking sick of it.
Yeah, she's like, guys.
I need to sleep. It's really late. I know exactly what you're about to do. I do know. I know. To be fair, I do know a lot about the Enfield Haunting. So let's do our usual spiel. Actually, we don't really need to. We're just going to say we're here to talk to you about everything spooky dooky. There will be lots of true crime, but also just general mysteries, which is what this one will fall underneath. Some will be solved, some will leave you hanging. We're just two girls putting the world to rights, but not really. We just like yapping. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
we
me.
mean all offence.
Yeah, every offence we could possibly find. If you can feel it, we meant it.
Maybe that's speaking of spooky vibe.
That's not like that. It's fucking ASMR.
The Enfield poltergeist.
Just me in the background. Fucking stop it. It's too quiet.
Oh, funny. Yeah, so this is a massive UK ghost story. I feel like this is a really big one because of like evidence, I guess.
Also, didn't they make a Conjuring film about this?
Yeah, so The Conjuring 2 is based off this one. The first Conjuring is also linked to Ed and Lorraine Warren, which actually a friend of mine, I don't know why I said mine.
I've got no friends.
A friend of mine and not yours.
Do I know them?
Yeah.
Well, then they're not a friend of mine.
No, yeah, true. I don't actually know if you know them.
That's fine.
But yeah, one of my friends, he requested Ed and Lorraine Warren, which I'm going to do I think eventually we should do because them specifically, like they are really interesting people, but they cover a lot of
big cases.
poltergeist. So I was like, I'll go with this one because it's like flowed easier for me to start researching.
There's a lot of tension around them too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
there's a bit of controversial figures.
Yeah, I think most of the things that they get involved with are really interesting anyway. So you can come off and they come into this one, but not till like really
But
late
I think
on.
there's like a lot of exploitation claims.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough to
They'll
say
be
that with any
really
confidence.
interesting to do, but
Yeah.
it will be mega. And
who knows if we'll be covering them in a mystery capacity or a true crime one.
Yeah. Who knows?
Depends what we decide.
Yeah. Depends if you're a skeptic.
Yeah.
Depends if you believe.
Do you believe?
No.
Yes, she's a skeptic.
So that's it. I'm not doing
that's
this
the end of
because
it.
it's not real. No.
It's fucking fake.
I am yet to be believed. I am yet to believe. I say this now, but we'll finish recording this and I'll go home and I will literally. Did I? Oh, I didn't. I think I told you, but I'm going to tell the room.
Yeah.
Me and Tanisha not that long ago recorded like a couple of our podcasts and then I drove home quite late and I don't think I got home till 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And I was like going to bed and I was like behind my door getting changed to go to bed. And my sister came up, what I thought Lauren came up to the door and just went, "Good night."
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did
and
say
I
it,
thought she like
Dennis.
came up to the door and was like, "Good night." And because I was behind the door, I just opened the door to be like, I'm not actually asleep yet and to just check in. And there was no one there.
Oh,
Yeah, and literally no one there. And like I would have seen her like walking across the hall to go back to her room or walking down the stairs or something. And there was just no one there. And I literally double took myself and I was like, what the fuck just happened to
it
me?
is important to note that me and Amy live 45 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, and I was literally texting Tanisha like, a ghost.
Yeah, so she has quite a long drive to get back.
Yeah, I think I just booked myself out in the car on the way.
Yeah, that is creepy.
And I think I immediately was like, I'm going to listen to true crime on the way.
I want to listen to more true crime. I thought that recently because like
I don't want to go off my things that I love because I'm doing
I
so much
already
of it.
consume quite a lot of true crime.
Yeah.
And then like recently, because obviously I'm doing research and stuff, I just find myself at all times watching true crime. So like
Yeah.
I'm not watching anything other than true crime at the
I
moment.
know, yeah. And I was like, this used to be something fun that we did.
Yeah.
And then Kelly was like, do you guys want to watch a horror next week? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't want to do it. Don't make me do
More
it.
of this. I need some positivity
Yeah.
in my life. But we are going to the spa soon, so that's
Yes,
for her
which will be
birthday. We love
lovely.
her.
We do love you. She is literally a babe.
Also, I found a really fun little spooky Belfast case, which I want to do.
Oh, maybe we could get Kelly on.
Yeah, and she can say
Little special guest. She can use her
she can use
sexy
her
little
sexy
accent.
Make it sound better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I feel like it makes sense for spirits and presence and like stuff. I just don't think there's like possessed. I don't know. I just don't think.
I think it all opens up. Like, if you believe in possession, then potentially you have to believe in God
Yeah, I
and
don't
like demons.
I'm not religious.
Yeah.
I like to think that if someone's spirit can be with you.
Yeah.
But I just don't think there's like ghosts. I don't think that there's mean-spirited people like going around. I just think like things can stay with you. But I guess that's just how people make it.
Yeah, I
by
think
being and
also
loving.
I think like my view has always been like, I wouldn't say I'm a skeptic. I think that what we're always taught, like the first thing you're taught in science when you're a kid, is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. I know there's transference, and a skeptic might say that the energy that sort of makes up a human being transfers into some other kind of energy, some kind of energy that goes into the ground that helps plants grow, things like that. But for me personally, I think that's the version of ghosts that I'd believe
Yeah.
in. It's all about energy. Like, it's about, and I agree with you that there's things stay with you, somebody's energy stays with
Yeah.
you, but that not
But
in
that
the
might just be
not in the spooky dooky capacity of them fucking follow you down a hall and
and throwing chairs at you.
Yeah,
and
watch me get fucking beat the shit up in my sleep tonight. Yeah.
Watch Tom just wake up
Yeah.
and you're just floating above the
Honestly.
bed. Yeah, like we love horror. We love horror films. Tanisha's an absolute
Yeah.
knowing of all. It's impossible to watch a horror film with Tanisha that she's not already seen. We'll be like picking them out and she'll be like, yeah, seen that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's got a rating of 2, and she'll be like, yeah, no, I watched it because I thought it'd be funny. She's literally
Larmageddon, seen it.
She's literally watched them all. But yeah, we love horror. We love all of this kind of stuff. And I am fascinated by it. But there's just something in me that's like, I'm yet to see proof that this case is wild.
Yeah.
And there are bits that I'm like, how the hell?
Yeah.
But there's also things that I'm like, but it probably just about could have been managed by a
Yeah.
person. I don't know. But I don't know. And ignore what I just said because I want you to feel spooked out.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
it's
not
real.
going to explain anything away.
Go so real, and they're in your room right now.
Yeah, I'm just going to look into your cupboard in the dark.
Yeah. We didn't even make this podcast.
turn-
It's in your head. You're schizophrenic. Turn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that wasn't good.
And there's your therapist
Yeah.
diagnosing you for the rest of the evening. Happy Halloween. Good night.
And this has been Trauma Dump Corner.
Trauma dump corner. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to try for it to be creepy. I'm not going to try and pick apart all of it, but because I don't actually know how to pick apart some of it.
Yeah.
I just think there's some things that you have to consider when you're
Yes.
looking at cases like this, but some of it I do not know how to explain. We'll just go in. I am a skeptic, but I also think that if I open myself up to believe it, I'd be constantly petrified.
Yeah.
And
That's too big and too scary.
yeah, and like I sleep alone.
Yeah.
Willow, my little dog.
Yeah.
That's all I have to protect me. Sometimes she barks at nothing in the night, and I'm like,
Yeah, and
Stop.
also she's a fucking bitch. Love her so much, but she's a bitch because every time we're in the car, she just stares out the back, and it's
I know.
fucking creepy
Yeah,
as shit.
She like stares into
the back
but not
seat.
not even out the window, like just at the back seat.
Yeah, and all she wants to do is be in the back, and it's actually really creepy.
Yeah, it does creep me out, to be fair.
But I do love her.
Yeah, she's
and I would
cute.
die for her.
Yeah, she was doing this like yipping in her sleep last night. You know, when the dogs are like, yip.
Did I tell you, like, literally maybe a week ago, Tom was like half talking to me, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought you were awake, and then you just laughed." He was like, "I thought you were like half asleep, half awake, and then you just laughed." And I went, "What's so funny?" And you were just fast asleep. And I was like, "Yeah, that's so fucking
Yeah.
creepy."
At least you're laughing.
Yeah.
At least you're like crying or something. And he's like, you okay? And you're like, just fast asleep. Ew. Okay, so the Enfield Poltergeist, here we go. Yeah, this is massive. I think it's due to evidence. There's photos, there's audio recordings. There's also skeptics, like officers, that are even like, that house is fucking haunted. There's a lot of witnesses to this, which is what I think makes it massive. Yeah. Also, you said The Conjuring 2 was based off this, but I don't actually think I've seen it. Apparently it's not that good. Have I made that up?
I have seen it, but I don't remember a lot about it, so it probably wasn't that good.
Yeah, maybe we should watch it, because we haven't watched the new one yet, but we are supposed to go to the cinema to watch that.
Yes, we were.
Have too much going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a Conjuring night. So fun.
Can't wait for that. Just all positive things.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this story starts at a small council house at 284 Green Street in Enfield, North London in 1977. This is the home to Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children, Margaret, Johnny, Billy and Janet.
Billy's such a funny name.
Yeah. Billy. Sorry. Oh, do you know what I was doing? I was doing Strange Things, which is just not... Have you watched all of Stranger Things?
I've watched most of Strange Things.
That when Billy's possessed. When he's possessed, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. So on the 31st of August at around 9 p.m, Peggy heard a noise coming from upstairs. All of her children were meant to be asleep. So obviously unimpressed, she went upstairs to check why her children were up and making noise. When talking to the kids, they said that out of nowhere, all their beds had started shaking up and down. Yeah. Obviously, Peggy was like, bollocks.
Yeah.
Bollocks to that. So she didn't really believe it, and she was just like, shut up, and left the room, basically.
Me if I had kids.
Yeah. Then she went downstairs and she could hear the noise again. But this time she could hear some like loud banging / like knocking. And so she went back into the room to question the kids again. They told her that the knocking was the chair in one of the bedrooms. So Peggy took the chair with her downstairs. So I can imagine her being like, oh, it's the chair, is it?
Fucking chair, is it?
The chair's coming with me.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
No chair for you anymore.
Yeah. Go to frickin' sleep.
And this is why you can't have nice things.
Yeah, honestly. You can't have nice things like a chair. I'm taking it away. She went downstairs and then she called it a day. So then, a little bit later on, she could hear more noises. And then this came with shuffling, as if someone was like apparently scurrying along the landing.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, slippers like that, not picking up your feet, kind of like scurrying. So finally, she goes back up for the 3rd time. And I reckon at this point, she's like, storming. Do you know what I mean? She's storming up the stairs and she goes to swing open the door to the bedroom where the noise is coming from, and the wardrobe or like chest of drawers in the hallway flies towards the door as if it's to block her entrance. So like, wouldn't you be like, the fuck?
Yeah, I'd move out.
Yeah. Do you know what is it that I'm thinking of when it's in Shrek 2 when like the cupboard like goes across the weird song with the like I would just be like, what am I witnessing right now?
I'm smart enough to know that I'm black and I wouldn't get to the end of the film. And therefore, the only thing I can do is leave.
Yeah. I honestly though, I would be that would be it.
Yeah.
Off the get-go. I would be like, no. Goodbye.
You
children.
don't have to tell me twice.
I'm leaving all 4 of you in that room.
You're on your own.
Yeah. I am out of here. I'm getting as far away as possible. So she freaks and she apparently tries to move the chest of drawers or like whatever it was. And I did find reports that she moves it and it slams again while she's moving it. So at that point, you're like feeling force of something that you're literally touching. And there's no one there.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if that does happen, but I did see 1 or 2 articles that maybe said that, and then everything else just didn't really mention it. So she gets the kids and she's, no, you're right. I don't know what the hell that was. Let's get out of here.
Well done.
So she takes the kids and they go next door to Vic and Peggy's house. Yes, she is also called Peggy. So I'm just going to...
Also, not far enough. You've not gone far enough. Too close.
Also,
You think ghosts can't seek through walls?
Yeah, for some reason, when I picture this as well, it's semi-detached houses.
Yeah.
All...
They're not touching.
No.
Oh, no, they are touching.
Oh, and I don't even mean that all attached. So what is that called?
No, a semi-detached is like
2 houses that are...
Yeah.
But I'm talking of like a row, terraced houses. Yeah, so I was picturing like terraced houses for some reason, but actually I think when I saw a picture of it, it maybe it's just a semi-detached house. But
oh, okay.
I was picturing like them literally just popping out of this wall and going behind the next wall, and I was like, no,
you're over here now.
yeah,
No problem.
No, the ghost can reach you. Yeah. They can reach you. I don't think they think it's a ghost at this point, to be fair, because she gets the kids and then she goes over to Peggy and Vic's house, and I think before the wardrobe as well, it was mistaken that the neighbours could be like knocking through the walls. So I think she wanted to like also check that they hadn't been making any kerfuffles, like hammering or anything like that.
So she took all the kids with her.
Come on, kids. I don't want to leave you in here because the wardrobe's flying around. But it could still be the neighbours and there could be a good explanation. So all of us stay together. I'm going over here. But yeah, so the family explains to the neighbours what is happening. But they put it down to it must be that someone is in the house or someone's like lurking. And
well, arguably more terrifying.
Yeah, of course. Like, she must be like, I don't know what I just saw, and I couldn't see a person, but someone moved the wardrobe, so there has to be a person.
Yeah, and it wasn't the kids.
And I don't know where they are. Yeah, and all the kids were in their room, so I've got them out and I've come over here. Are you banging on the walls? And they were like, no. So she's probably like quite terrified. So then Vic goes to the house, goes back in the house, brave soldier, and he's also hearing these noises. And as he's walking around the house, looking around, he feels like the noises are like following him around through the walls.
Okay.
So it's not like it's like ahead of him or behind him and he's actually specifically looking. It's like it's going with him, these knocks. And when I was like watching this bit in one of the YouTube videos, it like literally gave me chills because it's like he thinks they're coming from outside. Like he'll feel it along the wall and then he looks out the window and there's nothing there.
Have you ever seen Whitechapel?
Yeah.
Have you seen the episodes of the... So I think it's like different killer every episode or every season. Can't remember. But there's like this one, he's like killing women maybe. I haven't watched it for a really long time, so I can't remember. But it's usually women in it. And he's killing women in their houses, but like literally for the life of them cannot figure out how he's getting in and like out because there's no trace of him in and out and it's like locked houses. Turns out it's just fucking living in the walls.
Ugh, that's so disgusting.
Yeah. And it's rancid.
I bet.
When he's like, he crawls out.
In the insulin.
It might be. Yeah, I think he like at one point he like crawls out of the wall and you're like, nah, fuck off.
I actually can't.
Yeah.
That makes me terrifying because you like say you're like walking up and there's a window coming up on your left and you're like, just look out the window because it could just be someone following me and there's nothing there, and then you carry on and it's following you. Yeah, I would be gone.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so he can't see anything outside at all or anything. They're like, who knows really? And they phone the police because that's 3 adults now and 4 children that cannot explain what's happening.
Yeah.
So 2 police officers come around and this is at about 1 a.m. and they see all of these freaked out people and they're like, okay, I get that you're scared, but it's obviously not a ghost. So whatever's going on, it might just be the house creaking. And
I get that you're scared, but it's obviously not a ghost. But we won't consider it's a human being hiding in there.
I feel like maybe they're like, we'll go in and check that there's that, yeah. So Vic's, okay, you don't believe us, then let's turn out the light.
Yeah, great idea.
No? And I don't know why, but they all are like, yeah, good shout. That's a good shout. And apparently because of the street lamps, when they're in the living room, they can all still see each other.
Hate that.
Yeah, so they can still see each other, but it means that they can
I want to see everything or nothing.
Oh, yeah. But then I think they're like, this couldn't have been anyone of us because I could see them.
Okay.
So it's like so say me, you and Tom went in there and we could all see each other because of the lights, but all the rest of it around us was pitch black. That's a vibe.
I get it. Yeah.
Setup.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Dumb. You're asking to die.
Yeah. Not a fan. Grisly Tales for gruesome kids.
Oh my god, you remember that?
Yeah.
Literally traumatizing.
Yeah,
I used to fucking love it.
Yeah, I used to love
it
so
so
much.
much.
It was so creepy. Oh, yeah, it was clever. It was like horrible histories, but like scary. Yeah.
But don't be a dick or
Yeah.
the carpet monster will eat you while you sleep.
Yeah. Welcome to Grisly Tales for Gruesome Kids. Yeah, so they all turn out the lights, no idea how. And they can all see each other, which means no one could do anything. As soon as they turn the lights off, there's 4 loud knocks from one side of the room and then immediately 4 on the other. So they're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. Great start.
Yeah. So the police search the house and there is literally no one there. But so they're like searching around. There's 2 officers and they're like searching around everywhere and there's literally no one in the house. And then randomly one of the officers, they see like a chair wobbling alone in the corner and then it falls over and then it starts moving across the room towards her. But apparently they're like, hey, look, I did see that, but it's late. And I don't really know what you want me to do about this because I can't really arrest a chair. Do you know what I mean?
You could.
Like, yeah, they're
You
sort
absolutely
of
could. In fact, it might be easier than arresting a human.
like, yeah, they're like, yeah, we did see that and it is unnatural, but there's no one here. And we are the police that are here for an intruder.
Yeah.
And I can't see an intruder. And they just go. Because, I'm like, yeah, what do you do?
What can you do?
Like, I would be petrified and I'd be like, please don't leave.
I literally would have been like, I saw the chair jump over and I'd be like, yeah, nothing to see here. I'm off. Have a good night. Nobody in the house.
Hang up my hat.
And also, don't call us again.
Book the next plane out of this country.
What you need is a priest.
Yeah, honestly, I would just be like, straight up, like, this is not my remit.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a police
I'm a
officer
fucking
anymore.
scaredy cat. Despite what you heard earlier, I do love a horror film, but my favourite thing about a horror film is that they scare me.
Yeah, and that it's not real.
Yeah, I don't sit there like stone faced watching them being like, this isn't even
She does
scary.
get scared,
I fucking
but-
love being scared by a horror film.
Yeah, I just, if it was happening to me IRL, I would be like, bye-bye. Yeah, so they go, which is fair. But the family are literally like, fuck my life. So they all huddle together and they sleep in the living room to try and keep safe. I personally have moved out by now, but that's fine.
So
Yeah, I literally cannot, like, trying to sleep in that living room must have been unreal scenes. Like, that is not happening, surely. Like, when I was in Asia, some of the places that we'd stayed, because it was like the tropics where I was, like, it would be really humid and there'd be like, sometimes there'd be some places that if the walls were made out of like bamboo, there would be rats and you could hear them in the ceiling and in the walls and stuff in the night. And I did not fucking sleep at all. And I knew what they were.
Yeah.
And I did not sleep. Like, even if, just no. Anything that's in the walls and you don't know where they are and you don't know what they're doing. Like, even when they calm down, I'd be like,
I find that when a room's too silent, it scares me.
yeah. Like, it's just everything about it is
so
like,
silent.
yeah, there's, oh no.
Yeah.
And you'd just be waiting for something else creepy as hell to happening.
No, not for me.
Yeah. There's, also, I put here, like, I'd be out, but there is 5 of them. So, like, where do they go?
Yeah.
I find out later
Every
on.
fucking man for themselves. Wherever you can find, babe.
Yeah, also,
I'm going straight to Nan's if she's alive because, like, she might not be able to take all of us, but she can definitely take one, and I'm going to be the first there.
Yeah. But also creepy old woman.
Oh, fucking hell.
Terrible set. I'm not saying your grand's a creepy old woman.
Oh, yeah. What you saying about my Nan?
Sorry. But I also saw, when I was researching this later on, that her brother lives near. So why are you not there? Immediately. Why are you not there? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, the night is over. Everything apparently seems fine. But then the next night, strange things start happening again. And there's marbles and Lego that just start like flying around the house. And no one's throwing them.
Okay.
Apparently. Things are literally flying around. There's loud banging, furniture moving, and it starts happening every single night. So the police come back, but only to be like, it's okay, kids, like, don't fret. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Don't be scared. They're stood outside the door, just like pushing the kids back in, going, no, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Everybody has inanimate objects flying around their house. Good night, good night, good night. Shutting the door.
Just being like, I still can't arrest anyone for this.
Still not a real intruder.
Yeah, I just feel like they were just, I can't really admit that this is a ghost, but I can't explain away what it is. So as a police officer, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, but I think they're all panicking and they're like, I don't know. Basically, the police don't do anything, but they can't.
But they
What
can't
can
do
you
anything, yeah.
So Peggy, this has been every night for an entire week now. I must have a ghost. I need answers. I need the Daily Mirror.
As you do.
Yeah, because she's like...
Newspaper.
Yeah, the police aren't doing anything. There's a story here, and I'm here for fame. I'm joking.
To be honest, if it was me, I'd probably sell it too.
Yeah, I feel like also it's, if I'm going to get answers from just ringing the police because they can't do anything, I need like psychologists and I need people that specialize in this kind of stuff.
And
like,
also,
how are you going to get that?
If you can't afford it, or like I don't know, does it cost to get fucking paranormal investigators? And I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess you need it to
sure.
be enough media coverage that's
gonna be like
your calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this every night and there's police officers that have seen it as well. So it's really happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, she calls them. Yeah, but like the Daily Mirror, why Daily Mirror? I mean, it's probably like just the local.
Yeah,
That's what
easiest
was,
to
you
get
know.
hold of. The only
Yeah.
ones that answer the phone, maybe.
Yeah. So they get a hold of the Daily Mirror, and the Daily Mirror sends Douglas Spence, who's a reporter, to the house, and they also send a photographer called Graham Morris. And the family go to the neighbour's house on the Saturday night, and these guys just stay in the house to see if anything happens. And nothing happens. And
Ah.
then it gets to about 2:30 in the morning and they give up. They're like, look, we've got our camera, we've got our notes and paper and pad, and nothing's really happening. So the family come back and the kids go up to bed. And then just as the reporters are leaving, Lego and marbles start flying around the house again. So the reporters saw this and then they had their story. So
Okay.
I also think one of them was hit in the eye. It's of Lego. But yeah, they got a good story, and actually Morris got a few good pictures of flying Lego in the house, which I guess as a photo it just could
Yeah,
just
that's
look like
anything.
there's a piece of Lego in the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, they keep reporting it, and more crazy shit keeps happening. And the Mirror also decides to contact one of the most prestigious institutes for investigating the unexplained in the UK, which is the SPR, which stands for the Society for Physical Research, which was founded in 1982. And it basically just uses science to try and explain the paranormal.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is crazy. Like, things are just moving without anyone being around. Like, there's always 4 kids and a mum in the house when it's happening. It's not like it's when they're out and about in the day, but it's happening at nighttime. It's always, things are flying everywhere. Like, it's really unexplained stuff.
Part of me is inclined, I don't know how you throw Lego around a house without anybody knowing, but part of me is inclined, though, to be like, why does it just happen when they're in the house?
Yeah. And I don't...
Or unless if you are assuming that it's a spirit, that spirit is attached to
Yeah.
one of the kids or the mum.
The spirit gets really attached to Janet, which I think is the youngest daughter, a lot later on in this. And I think that's...
So maybe it's just following her.
Yeah, and there's also other reports of it being like, oh, the spirit must only be able to become stronger when it's surrounded by the people that live in the house and stuff. And what's the evidence?
I don't know enough about ghosts to dispute that.
Yeah, like, where have you got that from? But also that, I guess, would track if that's why when no one's in the house, it's like, there's nothing really happening. I don't really know. Yeah. They get in contact with the Society of Physical Research, and they send in a paranormal researcher to research the house, which is Morris Gross. And he was a new investigator there. I think he'd done a couple of bits, but this meant it was his, like, biggest case.
Okay.
And also around this time, there's... Peggy's family is, like, popping off in the newspaper. Like, they're getting really big, especially because there's literally a photo of this happening.
Yeah.
Like, reporters are confirming that there's quotes where they're like, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's unexplained. Things were flying around the room. Like, it's not just a family claiming anymore. It's police officers giving interviews.
This case happen again?
It happened in 77. Why did I just go so wrong? Yeah, so it's in 77.
Yeah, what else were they doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of people at this point. There's neighbours, there's
a lot of witnesses.
There's a lot of people that are, like, trusted in the public eye as well. It's not just a family from a council house that everyone's sure.
Yeah.
Like, sure thing. It's like these police, because at the start, like, everyone was like, bollocks. And then a reporter went there and was like, no, it's true. And they were like, oh, maybe this family aren't making it up. And they're like, hello, we've been getting hit by marbles for the last month. And can you please stop?
Pelted.
Yeah, a wardrobe flew at me. Yeah. And there was no one in the house. I'm telling you that this is the truth. So I think it starts to, like, really, take off around this time. So this is when he joins the case. Something to note about him is his daughter had actually just been killed in a motorcycle attack. And she had died from...
A motorcycle attack? She was attacked by motorcycle.
Yeah, it just came up and just... No, sorry, but, like, from getting hit by a motorcycle
accident.
Yeah, sorry. No, an accident.
Attack.
An incident.
An incident.
Because an accident implies there's no one to blame. Yeah.
Morning angle.
Morning angle. Look at his eyes. Yeah, so basically killed in a motorcycle incident, and she had died from severe head trauma at just 22 years old, and her name was Janet. So I don't know it focuses specifically, the poltergeist kind of focuses specifically on Janet, which is the youngest daughter. So I don't know if this kind of has a link as to why he was so invested in this case, why maybe he was led to believe things that, seeing things that maybe weren't there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
going along
really
with the story.
believing. Yeah.
I think when something like that happens to you,
Yeah.
to feel that you might have some proof of the supernatural.
Yeah.
When you've lost somebody.
To explain something. Yeah.
So tragically. Yeah.
It's hope.
Yeah.
That she is somewhere, but also it's Peggy's a single mum, and he's coming in and helping these children work out the unfathomable.
Yeah, but I also think that there could be, your brain can do crazy things when you want something or you want to believe something, or I just think that if he'd just lost his daughter in such a terrible way.
And he spends a lot of time with his family, like he practically is there most nights.
Is it not slightly a lifeline to find out that actually the afterlife is you potentially finding proof of it? And surely that's a harder thing to want to let go of when you're saying like, there's a ghost here, look, there's a ghost, and you've got every sort of reason to buy into it being.
And like, it seems crazy that you could make up that there's marbles flying around the house, but like later on people are so freaked out and they're so exhausted from sleepless nights that some people are like, oh, this thing just appeared in front of my eyes, and it's no, it didn't. I'm sorry,
you're fucking sleep deprived.
I'm sorry, it didn't. But if I freak myself out, I think I can see things in the corner of my room because I freaked myself out. And if you're really freaked out and you're convinced that there's someone in your house that's possessing your children and stuff, you'll see things that are just not
your
there.
brain is a crazy thing. The things that it's capable of and the things that it's capable of dreaming up. Like, you think about things like that, I don't know, dreams that you've maybe had that you've convinced yourself are now memories and you can't tell the difference between the two. Or when someone's like in the desert and they're deprived, so they see a mirage of water.
Yeah.
Like, your brain is so wild and so powerful.
Yeah.
I think you put yourself even under the smallest amount of stress and you could probably see some shit.
Oh, for sure. And this guy who has just lost his kid then gets put on a massive case.
Yeah.
And he's practically looking after a family and trying to help them, guide them through.
We're really
this.
shitting on this supernatural stuff.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, I promise I'm not going to do this. And then immediately I'm like, explain away.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's something to note, is that he'd actually recently experienced something traumatic. And there's links with the name. I don't know. Yeah, I was a bit here. I'm not a psychiatrist, but maybe a ghost case isn't the best thing to work on and embody the life that Peggy and her family are going through when you've had a recent trauma involving death.
Maybe it's not a good idea. Yeah.
I also read somewhere that there was like a little card that someone had got him just before his daughter's death. And I don't know why they got this card, but the card had a head wound on it or something. And he was literally convinced that it was foreshadowing vibes. Like, it was like someone with a little bandage over their head or something like that. And I don't know, like his brother got him the card or something, and it just happened to have a cartoon. Yeah, and then his kid died of head wounds. I don't know.
What the fucking ad? I feel like you can draw parallels to lots of things.
Oh yeah, there can be things that can.
If you want to find patterns, like, life is all about patterns. So I don't know how much I'd buy that.
Yeah, I just think he was really like, oh my god, this all means something.
It sounds like someone who's looking for meaning.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he works at a place where you're supposed to explain science to explain these paranormal things away, but he seems like a person that's quite a strong believer in signs, and I don't know. But that's what trauma can. I don't know this man. So
putting words in his mouth.
I am, but here we are.
And they're throwing Legos at his head.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he had some mystic and paranormal beliefs of his own, and I guess, like we said, ghosts being real would work well in some people's circumstances. So maybe for him, I don't know. So he's around one night as well. He comes round and it's around 1 a.m. and there's a fat crash in the girl's bedroom. And when they go up there, everyone is asleep, but a chair had flown across the room. And that's what made the loud crash.
How are you asleep?
I put here as
How are you asleep?
The skeptic in us. By the way, the amount of times as a kid that I would hear my mum coming and throw myself into bed and pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, same.
My mum would not.
I'd do that all the time.
My mum would be like, bollocks. But if you were like committing to the cause, and you were like,
I'd be up in my room playing Barbies, And I'd hear my mum coming, I'd fucking dip.
Yeah,
Literally
run
dip,
into bed,
straight into
shut
bed.
your eyes,
Yeah.
and you just
And
you
you're
feel them
fasting.
looking at
Yeah.
you, and you just keep your eyes closed, and you just breathe nice
She
and
doesn't
calmly.
possibly know that I'm awake.
Yeah.
No, but also I can't talk shit because my little brother is actually 9 years younger than me, and my sister is 2 years older than me. And my mum had a home birth with my brother, and she gave birth in the room next door, and me and my sister both slept through it.
Oh my goodness, I never knew that.
Yeah, we slept through the whole thing. Woke up the next morning and we're supposed to get out for school. And like, it was like, it's fucking, why hasn't mum woke me up? It's really late. What's going on? I was like panicking, like running around because I was a little fucking goody two shoes. So I was like, I can't be late for school. And I'm like running around the house and I like look in her bedroom and I can't see anyone in the room. And I was like, what's going on? Went downstairs and there was like a bottle sterilizer like that had been used and it was downstairs. And I was like, the fuck that's there for? Like the baby's not even here yet. What's going on? And then was panicking because couldn't find an adult in the whole house. And I think my brother had gone to hospital with my mum. So she'd had a home birth, but like she actually couldn't, this is gross, but I think she couldn't pass the placenta, the afterbirth bit.
And it can be quite dangerous.
And it is dangerous. So she had to go to hospital. And my mum always says it as she literally walked through the door. This nurse just fucking elbowed her in the stomach. It came shooting out.
Yay.
Anyway, so she'd had my little brother at the house, but then they'd all gone to hospital.
Had to go to hospital.
And actually, my stepdad was asleep in my mum's bed, but I hadn't seen him because he was like curled
So
up.
you were running around the house thinking.
So I'm running around the house thinking,
ditched.
there's no one here. Everyone's disappeared. Me and my sister are the only ones in the house.
Slept through that entire...
My sister doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Literally
she's like,
doesn't care.
Day off, queen.
Yeah, and I'm panicking. But yeah, literally slept through my mum giving birth.
Yeah,
next
so I
door.
guess it like... But if it... Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe everything I stand for is a lie.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, it's a ghost.
No, it is a ghost. I'm convinced now.
Yeah, so... Yeah, this is huge. And Morris is, oh my God, I heard that. There's a chair on the floor. These kids are asleep. Something crazy is going on. And he does some promoting about it. And the next thing you know, this case is front page news in the Daily Mirror, which means that this is like...
Massive.
And a BBC Radio 4 presenter goes to spend the night there. So they're like getting clout about the town. Like everyone's being like, oh my God, this is like the, I don't know, the ghosty house. the ghosty house. And Morris Gross is there the entire time and he's like monitoring what's happening. And this is where like the main focus on Janet comes into play. So it started one night on the 25th of September. So this has been going on for about a month now. And it all became too much. And Peggy takes the family to her brother, John Burkham's house just down the road. As his wife is like making a cup of tea for everyone. I think this is like quite late in the night because I think she's just, I can't take it. She claims to see a children's toy floating in midair and then just crashes down onto the floor in front of her.
At the brother's house?
Yeah.
Okay.
This could just... No, I'm going to stop. I'm just, again...
I'd just like to say, if I found out one of my children was haunted, I'd get rid of it.
This is why we haven't got kids.
You'd be gone so quickly.
Yeah. Honestly, I just... Oh, no. Yeah, this sparks up a conversation about the spirit or power potentially either getting stronger or it latched onto a person in the family. So this is about it being like when they're not in the house, it's not going on. So actually, we haven't left the spirit there. The spirits come with us.
Okay.
Which is like booking everyone out a little bit. And then one night, it begins to embody Janet. So they've gone home and this sort of becomes a theme that whenever the spirit wanted to communicate, it would be through Janet. So she becomes possessed by this spirit and it begins to voice through her. So starts by books and like items flying off the shelves and Janet's bed specifically flying around, which there are reports of neighbours and police of like eyewitnesses of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no
one's
physical...
hard to explain away.
I know, there's no physical evidence.
Yes.
So there's no one like taking a photo or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone knows what physical evidence is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, so me, why am I...
No physical evidence, and if you don't know
Like
what
a
that is,
photo.
it's like something that's physical and it's evidence.
Yeah, it's just eyewitnesses, which is what people see with their eyes. Also, there's this little tiny brief period here where I think during or just before it's actually specifically latching on to Janet, Janet and the other kids are doing like really badly in school. No one's getting any sleep or anything, and they go on a little holiday break for a week, and they all get some rest, and she actually isn't. Nothing happens for that whole week.
She's just like, I'll have a week off.
Yeah, nothing happens in the house because Morris is like, hello? Nothing is happening. Hello?
Hello there?
You there? And then they go on holiday, they're having like a sleigh time, and everything's fine. There's no haunting, no bad vibes.
Okay.
They come back, and everything kicks the fuck off. He's trying to use, so Morris at this point is trying to use the knocking to communicate with the ghosts. So he'll be like, knock twice if you're a girl or whatever. And then there's like some footage of this that I listened to where he's literally like, are you angry? That's why that's his voice. And then it will be, what the fuck does that mean?
And that sounded like an angry knock.
Yeah, he's so angry. Yeah, so it's, are you male or female? Did you live here? And all of that stuff through the knocks. And then Janet is like actually becomes this source of communication, and they start being able to contact the spirit through her. So they had like post-it notes around the house in case the spirit wanted to talk. And I think it was her that was like writing on things in really weird handwriting. I will stay in this house. Do not read this to anyone or I will retaliate.
Fucking gang.
Yeah. I will.
I'll cut you. I'll cut you and I'll cut your family.
You'll rue this day.
Rue it.
What is that? Oh, I can't.
It's like it's like
That's such a niche reference.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll
rue this day.
You'll rue it. It starts with Janet having a violent seizure, and the doctors give her sedatives, and then so she goes, the people are like, this is really bad, and then they're like, have some sedatives and she'll be fine. Just drug her up, knock her out, everything will be fine. They put her to bed, and then her uncle is like downstairs, and he goes in to check on her, and she's out of her bed and she's lying on her desk over her stereo in such a creepy way, with her like night dress, like her nighting gown, whatever the hell they're called, nightie.
Yeah, nightie.
A little nightie on, and it is horrible. I'll maybe find you a picture of it, because obviously,
as I've said before, could not be me.
yeah,
Like you are not allowed to live in my house. I refuse to let you.
that's how they found her. But she's like propping herself up. No, I'm not being a skeptic again, but no, yeah. So she's sedatived up. Like, girl is high, and she's quite young.
Yeah,
Like-
how's she doing that?
I don't know. She's up and she gets straight on top of her stereo, and then she's just like sleeping there, which is like super creepy. And I think they're like, oh, this is so horrifying. She'd also be found unconscious all around the house and would do really creepy little drawings all the time with like blood and knives. And she's 11 years old at this point, but that's some bad art. Like, I looked at some of the things that she hated. So I'm
Girl,
so
fuck
sorry.
them kids and fuck you too.
It's like, one of them is like a big dagger knife, and it says, danger, blood. So danger is like DAN, and then the top bit of the knife, and then GER. And then the bottom bit says, blood with loads of O's. I hate to be like, she's 11, I'm leaving her to it, but I literally saw it and I was like, sorry, what? Just say, blood.
That's what the ghost has got to say, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, on the December the 3rd at 1 a.m, Janet is asleep when the people in the house hear like a loud noise, and they literally see, so they go to the bottom of the stairs and they see her being thrown down the stairs head first.
Sorry. Also, I read it, so I like literally took me by surprise, almost took the wind out of me. So I need to not do that again. But also, Amy just did this hand movement where she started doing a wave to like imitate her falling down the stairs.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's
brutal.
not good. And she's still asleep. Like,
Fuck.
she's being thrown down her staircase with her eyes closed as if she's asleep.
And do we know how she made it from her bed to the stairs?
No, she just like glides across the hall and
right,
just,
and is thrown. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
sorry.
horrible.
I'm getting there. I'm
yeah.
getting there. You're
So
convincing
then
me.
she begins talking in this deep voice as if she's possessed. And I'll just try and play you a little bit, because this is the thing where they've got like loads of voice recordings of her kind of communicating over time as if she's this sort of
Let me say my name. Hang on, let me say my name. That's not my name.
That is rough.
Doctor. It's, yeah, not a fan. It's like this deep, like really raspy,
Yeah.
like from the soul kind of voice. She's 11 years old. Like,
Yeah,
it is.
Surely that's got to be quite hard to do for an 11-year-old.
Yeah, it's like really deep. And like other people have tried to replicate this voice for a while, and the next day they've got like a really sore throat, whereas she just bounced back completely fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'd be in this like state of possession for quite some time, and she'd be like talking and stuff, and then she'd just like, when she'd come out of it, she'd be like, yo, what's going on, what happened?
Okay.
And she'd just kind of be fine. She wouldn't be like, ow. Or she wouldn't be like, like, it would just be nothing. Like, she was fine. So yeah, I don't really know. There's quite a lot of footage like that, but he keeps asking questions and then you get one word answers and stuff. And I think they eventually start to get a little bit more information out of her. But something else also to note here is that the photographer, Graham Morris, he doesn't believe the voices. Like, he thinks it's her putting on a voice.
Okay.
But he does believe that he saw like the Lego and the marbles and stuff. And apparently when she's doing this voice, she like swears quite a lot. And some people have theorized like that's just an 11-year-old girl wanting to kind of get away with swearing.
Do you think that, so I'm guessing that his sort of theory is that he believes that there could have been a haunting, that she's embellishing. If he believes that he saw the stuff flying, but he doesn't believe the voices.
That she's maybe just overdoing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe
and enjoying the
into it.
attention.
Yeah, so I think he's just, I don't know if it was going a little bit too far at this point. Yeah, maybe they liked the attention it was getting.
Yeah.
I don't really know. But yeah, I think that's basically what he was saying. There was something really spooky going on in that house.
Okay.
But the kids played into it
Yeah.
quite a lot. So yeah, this starts happening like loads, and they start talking to her loads, and they find out it's a guy called Bill, which I think is what she's saying at the very start when she's Bill,
Yeah.
you know? And he's haunting the house because he died in the house after a hemorrhaging in the chair in the front room.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nasty way to go.
And also around this time there's like a lollipop lady who comes forward, and she says, whilst I was out this one evening, I saw Janet levitating through the window of her house. I just saw her like flying around the room.
Why are you looking, you perv?
But then she says, so apparently her and another man could see her flying around the room and floating. And this is when investigators had asked, apparently, like they'd asked Janet while she was in this possessed state to levitate, and Janet, through this voice, has said, you can't be in the room. Has been like, no, you can't be here.
Yeah.
And then they all are like, okay, we'll leave, but we're going to leave the recording on. And then around the same time, the lollipop lady confirms that she was outside, and she said that she could see Janet flying around the room. Yeah. But in an interview, it must be real, because I went home and tried to levitate and it didn't work.
Sorry, that was the confirmation that you needed. You didn't already know that it's impossible for you to levitate.
Why also is it like, oh, because I can't, it must mean that she's possessed?
That's how I'm going to test every theory I've ever had now. If I can't do it, then they can't do it. But I should try. I should try.
As I read it, I was like, what did you do to go home? Did you just lie on your kitchen table and was like, now levitate? And then you were like, I can't do it. She must be possessed by a ghost. Yeah.
You just sat there.
Did you ever do that thing where, like, my mum would always make us do it when we were kids, where I can't remember how you did it, but you, like, so someone lay down and they had to be, like, really calm. And everyone had to be, like, really calm. And then you all put your, like, hands over one another, but you don't touch. And everyone has to be really calm and you can't laugh. And then you put your fingers underneath the person and they float.
No. What the fuck?
It's so weird. I don't think it ever worked.
Didn't it? Oh my god.
My mum is the lollipop. I went home and I got my kids to try and levitate.
Jane, stop going to random places and interjecting yourself
I
into
know,
cases.
It's really weird, but like we should maybe try it for Halloween.
Okay.
We were
Let's
earlier. We
attempt
were like,
to
we don't have any
levitate.
plans for Halloween,
Yeah,
which is today.
That's
So let's go and levitate.
Yeah,
Tom.
which is not actually today. This is actually the 11th of October. But we will be releasing this in 20 days.
We have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
We have full-time jobs.
We're busy, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently this was seen as a credible eyewitness. And
Sound.
Because she was
Because
like,
she
I
couldn't
went home and I
levitate.
tried to do
Yeah.
it and it didn't work, it must be true. But I think everything is so heightened that they're like, and a random woman saw her flying around the room, and it's just, she was
I'd like
probably
to say, why would you even interject? But do you remember that guy that said that in the Jill Dando case that he was collecting wood for his coffins?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
people
like,
just don't know.
People be loving to get involved anywhere that they can. And yeah, it's everywhere at this point. Like, it's a major case. And the report about being a man who died named Bill comes out, and then someone actually comes forward called Terry Wilkins, and he says that his father actually did live in that house, and he died in the living room in a chair.
Did he hemorrhage?
Yeah. Like, it's the same.
Oh. Did he say his name was Bill? Sorry, did I miss that?
Yeah, I don't actually know if he... Oh, but that was my dad.
That was my dad.
Yeah, so I assume... I didn't actually write here that it's specifically, so I think it is...
And there was no Tinternet. She wasn't
Yeah,
going
like,
fucking Googling
yeah,
that.
how did she know that? Like, how do you know? Like, where are you getting that information from? Unless you found some... Like, how?
Yeah.
How are you knowing? Literally put her, how could she have known?
Yeah.
So, yeah, to test if this was Janet or not, they put water in her mouth, which literally, my sister told me the other day, that's a ventriloquist test, isn't it? Because I was watching Chicago, the musical, and I was like, why at the end of, like, when he does We Both Reach for the Gun song, why does someone hand him, like, a glass of milk? And Lauren was like, oh, it's because it's to prove that they aren't talking themselves as, like, part of their act. I don't know why they gave him milk specifically.
Yeah.
That's just weird. But... It's
I
like
love
a
that
thing
song.
that they do is they put, yeah, and it's such a banger.
Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes.
Yeah, it's such a banger. Such a
okay.
freaking banger. Me and Lauren have been like, if we're driving home, we're like, let's do a little practice round. I've been singing that on the way home, like I'm from the musical era. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I was watching it and I was just like, why the hell did they just do that? And she was like, oh, because they put water in the mouth. So they put water in her mouth, but they also tape her mouth shut with water in her mouth, which seems very unethical. Like, you just shouldn't really be doing that to an 11-year-old child.
Yeah.
But they do it. And she still talks with that exact same voice.
Well,
unfazed.
I think, I'm not going to lie, that's me done.
Yeah.
I'm in.
This is where I was
buy it.
like...
I buy it.
Damn, like...
I've got
damn.
no
But
rhyme
because
or
they're
reason
not,
for that.
Because they're not filming her.
Yeah.
I'm like, prove it.
This is how fickle I am.
Yeah, like, I just...
You can sway me from my opinions. It's not hard.
No, and when I read that, I was like, I can't believe that. That has to be concrete. But prove to me her mouth is taped shut, and don't just tell me that you taped her mouth shut and then here's the recording.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I literally am like, how do you know that information? How is there water and tape in your mouth and you're still being like, my name is Bill? Do you know what I mean? There's just no way. There's no way. So yeah, then the levitation starts becoming more relevant, and this is where photographer Graham Morris from the Daily Mirror comes back, and he captures the iconic photos of Janet levitating about her living room. So that's these. You can find these.
I'm not
really
gonna lie
easily.
though, she looks like she's jumping.
Yeah, and this is like where the massive debate of like skeptic or believer comes in, because you can just search these photos and it really do be looking like she is just flinging herself off the bed. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
It really does look like
If she
she's
was
just-
horizontal, I'd probably believe it.
Yeah, and I think people that are in that room, like there's people in that room, her mum's in there, her siblings are in there, Maurice and Graham Morris are in there.
Yes.
And they're like, they're just, everyone is, now she was like flying around.
I'm just gonna Google.
There's a few and they all really, I could jump off something and
I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna recreate them. We're gonna recreate the photos and we're gonna put them on TikTok or Instagram.
yeah, I just feel like that it is so easily done. There's just nothing that I really am sold with these photos, except for the fact that there are people in that room that say she...
That is literally a jump.
Isn't
I'm
it?
literally watching her jump off the bed.
Yeah, it's so weird, but I think she's being all possessed and stuff at the same time. People are like, oh my God, she's levitating. But it's just a photo. Like, there's no video recordings. And I'm like, I can't be sold. But, yeah, I don't know. It does look like she's jumping off the bed. So they set up cameras.
Also,
and, like,
it's really weird that someone else is in the other bed just screaming.
I know, it's pretty... I think they're meant to be in bed and then some kerfuffle starts happening and then she's, like, flying off the bed and everyone's like, no, surely she's just jumping. Also, please take these pictures down off your wall because they're even creepier.
Just her hitting the floor.
There's two of them.
Yeah, looks like it.
Let's see, they're just jumping about.
Yeah.
It's like really hard because I'm like, 1 minute I'm like, oh, so eerie, so creepy, how do you explain these things? And then the next minute I'm like, I don't believe it anymore.
Yeah. I feel that
I
there
think
might have
she's-
been some stuff going on for sure. But like,
Yeah.
I do think it feels a bit like she's embellishing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, she's playing. It seems
Yeah.
like she's playing into it. Yeah, so they set up cameras and they set up tape recorders all around the house to capture as much evidence as possible. And I think the cameras are taking pictures every quarter of a second. And they are creepy as fuck, but I think all old pictures like that are
Yeah.
creepy. There's nothing like...
It's that sepia tone.
Yeah. The green.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where the skeptic and believer differ. Like, it does look like she's jumping off the bed in my opinion. But I'm sure there's other people that are like... But people were there. I'm trying to see it from both sides.
Yeah.
Why
Like,
would
you're
you lie?
saying she's levitating. But what do you mean? For a fraction of a second, she's
Yeah.
levitating when she jumps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or are you saying that in those series of photos, like, she's actually in the air for a really long time and then hits the floor?
Yeah.
But I feel that's what I would see in the photos, not her quite clearly going down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, the ones where she's in midair, it looks like she's just leapt up. And the ones where she's coming down to the ground, it looks
Yeah.
like she's just finished leaping up and falling down. I just personally need a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
really.
me too.
Yeah, the
Fucking
tape over the
video
mouth
recording.
is
Yeah, that got me.
Yeah.
I can't explain that
that
one.
is fair enough. So Christmas Day, sad times. Merry Christmas, everyone. The goldfish and the budgie are found dead, and Bill is like, "Yeah, that was me," and just leave the fucking animals out.
Yeah.
Every time. That's all I'm asking.
Also, Bill, what's your fucking problem?
I know. If someone's angry. Then,
Yeah, you die in a chair and now it's the budgie's problem.
I know. Even if it was you, Bill.
Yes.
Stay away from 11-year-old girls. Okay.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about that.
Yeah,
Bill.
it's just not all right. Yeah, I'm just sick of it. It's not all right. Every time there's animals involved, I just get fuming. So also, at one point, the curtain wraps around Janet's throat one night in an evil attempt at murder. And Peggy, the mum, has to like run in and untangle it. But I think she's there like, no, Bill is, I don't know, strangling me through. Yeah.
the fuck?
And I think that bit, like, people are like, it was quite scary when that was happening. I don't know. So it's starting to get violent, basically, at this point. So we fast forward to April 78 because this is just always going on. And just to show how much, Morris is, I'm going to take a quick break for a few weeks because I think he's just there every single night and they're just recording stuff left and centre. And Peggy records over 150 different spooky things happening.
I'd be so
while
tired.
he is gone. Yeah, including people in the house that weren't there and massive amounts of flying objects. But I think they're just like, oh my God, this be my daily life now.
Yeah.
All of
Well,
them
wouldn't you?
fucked.
Just like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, there's Bill walking up the
Oh,
stairs again.
God.
Like,
Oh, shadow person, is it? Get the fuck out unless you want to pay
are
rent.
you my real child or are you my
Yeah.
ghost child? I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, also small fires starting in the house.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And I think this is
Free heating.
Yeah. This is starting to become like a little bit like just the same cycle, like the same shit going on all the time. The Warrens this is when they come in to get involved and try and understand what's going on. And investigators could only really explain like some of the weird things that were happening as the children playing tricks, but other things they physically could not explain.
Yeah. And I feel like right now, I feel like I agree. I feel like actually there may be some things going on. I just think that there's other things where the kids are just,
Yeah. And so she would talk in this deep voice for hours, but she's come out with no sore throat or anything. So I think the Warrens were like, how are you doing this with tape and water?
Yeah.
How are you completely fine afterwards? That feels like possession.
Yes,
Someone being
it's someone
possessed.
else who's speaking.
Yeah, but then, and her being flung down the stairs, is exactly like that. Wave after wave. Literally going down the stairs and then like just being asleep. Like you would, if someone was just doing that for attention, it would be so obvious that they were doing that for attention. They would be like half-assed pushing themselves down the stairs, but she like flies down. So I think people are like terrified.
Yeah, that is quite scary.
But then there's other bits that they're just like, but there's 4 kids in this house and nothing happens when you're not there.
Yes.
So there are some things that are really, really baffling. And the Warrens, I think, are trying to understand that and be like, these are the things that are unexplained, that science can't explain.
Okay, so they're not totally disagreeing with the fact that they think that some of it is orchestrated.
but-
and what they're saying is some of it's orchestrated, but there's definitely something else going on.
Yeah, and the fact that Peggy is there for the whole thing, Morris, police officers, photographers and reporters, like, they don't owe this family anything.
No.
And that's 4 kids that, like I couldn't even get away with a white lie to my mum when I was younger.
No,
and,
me either.
and these 4 kids are like moving wardrobes and throwing things around the room. Her mum thinks that
You're
it's
also not smart enough to orchestrate all that, right?
surely, unless you're all in on it.
Unless you're
I don't
a
know.
fucking psychopath.
Yeah, and I think the Warrens, like the main focus on them, they're like, Janet, are you all right? Because
Oh yeah.
this is pretty bad on you, and apparently her mental and physical health has got really deteriorated. That she's not doing well. Like she's not sleeping, she's not at school anymore. Like obviously she's just like up all night being a demon. Like it's terrifying for her.
Hi, my name's Janet. I moonlight as a demon.
6 months of me not being a demon. I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Warrens are like mainly trying to like to be like, I get it, it's a fun story, but also she's really sick.
Yeah, she
Like,
is a kid.
She's a kid. She's 11. Just
And
please.
if she is doing this, if she is orchestrating this, then she is a severely mentally unwell child.
This is literally my next bit. So they sent her to live with some nuns because even if she did orchestrate this whole thing, it does not mean all is well.
No.
It means she is seriously
She's
unwell.
ill. Yeah.
Like, she's unwell if she's possessed. She's unwell if she's not possessed.
And it's one thing to pay some funny little tricks. It's another thing to ruin your entire life.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like every night for 11 months now or something.
Yeah.
She's just been doing this continuously, like throwing herself around,
Yeah.
strangling herself with her curtains and stuff, and like setting fires in their family home.
Yeah.
There is chaos everywhere.
You're either
like,
possessed or you are unwell.
yeah, I just don't think she's there for a month at this nun place, church, lol, whatever it is. I don't know.
Nun place.
Nunnery.
Yeah. Wherever the nuns
The
are.
nunnery. Yeah, so she's there for a month and then she's admitted to the Maudsley Institute of Neuropsychology in South London, and they ran many a test to see what was going on, and nothing was found, and she also experienced no paranormal activity while she was there. While she was there, nothing happened in the house. So she's not possessed in the hospital, and there's no ghost in the house.
Where's it going?
Yeah, where's he off? Where's
Where's
Bill
he
off?
going?
Everyone said that the spirit needed everyone in the house to build energy. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
And if you can't explain, if this is the unexplained, then how are you explaining
Seems
where
like
and
an
when?
absolute wank spirit.
I know. I don't know.
What do you
I actually
need?
need all 5 of you so that I can conduct my spooky
Oh
vibes.
no, I can't recharge.
Yeah, literally.
Somebody's missing.
Well, she's going away for a month. I'll have a little nap until
Yeah.
she comes back. Yeah, so she's away for 6 weeks, and then on the day she returns home, that night, it starts again.
I just fucking get her gone.
Yeah, they also...
Get her
Get
out
back
of
there,
it. Yeah.
I think she's getting better in this place as well, so it's like
Yeah.
beneficial for everyone.
Just leave
for
her
to
there.
just not be there. So they all say that night there's a young boy in the kitchen that's just there.
Horrible.
And, yeah, and they're seeing the same shit. Things are flying around. They're just seeing people, and Janet's all fucked up again. So they get this Dutch medium in who doesn't speak any English, and
Sounds
he literally
good.
comes into the house. He goes into Janet's room by himself, and to this day, no one knows what he did in there. But out of nowhere, it just starts to end. Yeah, isn't that so interesting?
Has anyone spoken to him?
Yeah, he's just like in Dutch, like
I just did some stuff.
I just did some stuff. I just needed to be alone in there. Like, he's just basically, it's private. Like, I went in there.
Just fucking. I'll fucking get ya. You carry on, I'll fucking get ya in Dutch.
You listen
And the ghosts
here,
were like,
matey.
oh no, he's gonna get us.
Yeah. You listen here. No one maybe have said this to you before, but I will hunt you down.
Yeah, I'll get you a smack bum. I'll give you
Yeah.
a smack bum if
Yeah.
you carry on.
William! We've been through this before. Yeah, I just feel like whatever he does in there, whatever little seance that man's be up to, yeah, it just starts to end.
Fuck it up.
He does say, though, that a 22-year-old girl was present in the room, which was the same age
As his
Morris
daughter.
Gross's kid was when she passed away. Like, it's really weird. I don't know if maybe it's just a lot of people with a lot of trauma just stuck in a house with some sort of eerie energy.
Actually, to be fair, it seems like it was Bill.
Yeah.
Has to have been Bill, surely.
Yeah, Bill was the arsehole.
Bill was the
And then
arsehole.
maybe Janet, his kid, was just there, like,
Just
"Stop."
around.
And then, yeah, maybe he, I don't know. We're going off road here, but like maybe he like bought Janet out to be like, can you tell
you have a
Bill
word with
to calm
Bill?
down? Yeah.
Maybe she was just chilling around the house because her dad was there.
Yeah.
She's just with her dad.
So over the next year, it all slows down. And although in 1979, the Warrens actually go back and report a couple of little things. Nothing really wild happens and nothing violent is happening anymore. It's just spooky things like going back to Lego marbles, blah, blah, blah. A priest also came and blessed the house, which also calmed the presence again. But the
They
family...
didn't do that earlier on.
Yeah, I know.
Took you 11 months to get a priest
The
in.
freaking priest is there at the first, back
5
a day,
minutes.
everyone would be like, the priest will solve
First set
this.
of fucking footsteps, and I'd be like, I'm getting this house blessed.
Yeah, honestly, they decide to, then they're like, let's get a priest because...
I'd still sell it though.
Yeah, oh God.
I'd be out.
Because then they say that the spirit or presence never actually truly left them. They did end up moving house and they left all of this behind. But yeah, no real answers. And most people involved are actually dead now, including Maurice. He died in 2006. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I made it pretty clear throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
That there was some stuff that I think is spooky as shit.
Yeah, some stuff is creepy. I've also put here, something to note is that the children's dad had left them. And Peggy, being a single mum, she was like just doing her best. But the dad kind of sounded like a bit of a piece of shit. I think he only really saw them when he needed to like hand over child support. And he would just be like, he wouldn't really talk to the kids and he'd just like flash about his new girlfriend and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. And basically there's just 4 kids that sort of didn't have a dad. And I guess there's a lot of people in the house. And if Peggy's a single mum, she might be working loads. And
Yeah.
you know, 4 kids, like, people get lost in the background, don't they? And if they've got some fatherly
Just an attention
issues,
thing.
yeah, I don't know. It's not an excuse to orchestrate an entire thing if that's what happened.
No.
But the youngest one's 11, and if she's getting media coverage,
Yeah.
and
That would
there might
indicate
have genuinely been something in
To
that
begin
house
with,
that made them
yeah.
cray. But yeah, apparently also Johnny, one of the kids, went to an SEN school for being like a troubled youth. So I guess they were reacting and acting
Yeah, that
out
would fuck
to
you up though, wouldn't it?
feelings of abandonment and yeah, maybe I don't know.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's a really difficult one, but yeah, make your own mind up, guys.
Sorry if you believe in ghosts.
Yeah, I hate to be
I
like
actually
that.
do think that though, personally, like I did know quite a bit about the Enfield haunting, and actually for me, it's not necessarily one of the most convincing cases of. I mean, there is convincing components of it, but actually, I do probably agree that there's a good amount of that can just be attributed to the kids being little shits.
For a while as well, all the kids were like, we don't have anything to do with it. And then I think one of them was like, yeah, but like 2% of it was down to us.
Yeah, I
like,
do
what's
think
2%?
that there's some. Yeah,
I think they were probably like, these spooky things are happening and it has to go further now because it always has to get bigger.
yes,
And that's probably where the flying around and communicating.
yeah. I don't necessarily believe the levitating. The water thing's weird.
No.
I do think that is
Yeah.
strange, and the objects flying around is also strange. I don't really know how you throw objects without anybody knowing, so
Yeah.
that feels like it would have to be quite sophisticated.
Yeah.
But I do think that for me personally, if I was gonna pick a case that I would be like, do you know what, this could fucking convince me. It's not this one.
No. I was like, I'll go with something big. I'll go with
Yes.
something that there is evidence, but even the evidence you can pick apart a little bit to an extent. There's some stuff that I'm like,
I think we've got a bit of a duty to get some of the big ones out of the way.
Yeah, I've got a few, like my other Halloween one I will still do, so I won't tell you what it is yet, but it was really niche and really exciting. And then I was like, it is spooky and weird and you'll be like, what the hell? But I was like, I'll just go with this one first because we've started this so close to Halloween and it's just a mega one and that people...
Yeah.
It's just one that people often ask for.
The school ones that I think about the Queen Mary, that boat that's like super haunted, but like also things like the Beast of Bodmin Moor.
Yes.
And so there's just so many cool things that we really want to do.
Yeah.
And we'll get there.
We were trying to work out what would make sense over Halloween, like maybe whether like we each do a spooky one. I don't really know. We'll have to see. But yeah, for this one we were like, let's just do a big one. Let's get our name out there if we can. Just go through pick it apart. Be the skeptics that we are in this world.
Yes. Anyway, thank you for listening again.
Thank you so much.
We hope you liked it as usual. So follow us on Instagram at KillTheMoodPod.
Yep, and email us at killthemoodpodcast@gmail.com. Sorry, I just completely forgot what I was doing.
And we will see you next time.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Okay, bye.
Bye.